Hi everyone, this is Jim Wallace again with Purdue Band Fan, and I'm with EmilyDavelis. Emily is a tuba player, but she has an interesting background in terms of how she ended up in the tuba. But let's start with, where's your home?
Elmhurst, Illinois, near Chicago.
Okay, and for those who might not be familiar with the area, how long of a drive is that to Purdue University?
It's 2 hours.
2 hours, okay. So you're actually an Illinois resident?
Yes.
So your major is?
Civil engineering.
So you came to Purdue because of its fine reputation in engineering?
Yes, that and the music program here. So.
And the music program, okay.
Yeah.
So did you research the marching band before you showed up, and any other bands as well?
A little bit. What I loved about this program was that there are no music majors, and so everybody was just here because they love music.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a draw towards Purdue for me.
Okay, and you're a junior?
Yes.
So let's go back to elementary school. What instrument did you pick up?
I started on the flute.
Okay. And how long did that last?
That lasted till 7th grade, where
Okay.
I switched to the bass clarinet.
Bass clarinet, all right.
Yes.
Do you still play the bass clarinet?
I do still play the bass clarinet. I play that in the spring bands here.
Okay, but did your marching band march with a bass clarinet?
No, in high school we did not march bass clarinets, so I learned how to play the tenor saxophone.
The
my
tenor
sophomore
sax.
year. Yes.
Well, it's another reed instrument, or is it fingering and so on?
Yes.
It must be fairly similar, huh?
It was the most similar to bass clarinet, which is why I learned that.
Okay, and you played tenor sax until when?
I played that until freshman year here. I played that all the way through freshman year marching band. And then after that, that's when I switched to tuba.
So you were in the All-American Marching Band as a freshman playing the tenor sax.
Yes.
And then something popped in your brain and you said, I don't want to play tenor sax, I want to play the tuba. How does one make that decision?
Well, I made a bunch of friends in the tuba section in GAB's Golden Black Sound, the women's basketball pep band. And so they offered to teach me because I was just going to play it for Golden Black Sound in future years. And then I ended up picking it up pretty fast, and I liked the tuba section, so I decided to try out on it in marching band sophomore year. So.
Now, the tenor sax and the bass clarinet are reed instruments. All of a sudden you're going to a brass instrument, different armature, different keys, 3 keys, instead of using all 10 fingers. Was that a difficult transition?
It was different because I had never played anything like it before, and it was also in bass clef too, so I had to completely relearn how to read music.
Sure.
So that was a little difficult, but it kind of made it more fun because I didn't know what I was doing. I was kind of starting completely over. And that also helped too. I wasn't getting confused with fingerings or anything because there was only 3 valves on a tuba.
Yeah.
So, yes, it was difficult, but it was also kind of more fun at the same time.
But it's not like you can pick up a tuba and not be able to play it and make the band, because you do have to qualify.
Yeah, I worked really hard all of second semester, and I auditioned for Professor Cox. And then he asked me, he was kind of worried about my audition, and he asked me if I was going to practice at all or what I was going to do before next season, because our auditions are in the spring semester. So then I told him I was going to be on campus all summer, and so he offered to help me, like personally one-on-one, and then also I did summer band. So I played tuba in the summer band all summer, which actually really helped a lot. That's where I really improved, it was over summer.
So then in band camp you also have to audition, is that not correct?
Yes. Well, the upperclassmen have to do their marching band auditions in the spring, which is why I did mine in the spring.
Okay.
But I did have to go back to Professor Cox since I wasn't a very strong player in the spring. I went back to him at the beginning of band camp, and he heard me play and noticed that I had improved and was working on it. So that's why it was okay.
So the tuba weighs how much?
The tuba weighs about 30, well, our practice horns weigh about 35 pounds right now. Game day horns are between like 25 and 30 pounds.
So do you find that, because you're a young lady, you're not some wrestler, do you find that difficult to carry that around on game day all the time?
Yes, your shoulder hurts a lot.
Yeah.
And your back actually kind of bothers, after 12 hours of carrying the tuba, your back bothers you on a game day. But if you can make it through band camp week with all of that soreness, you can pretty much make it through anything the rest of the season. So.
And then I noticed when you're in the stands playing, 1 minute the tuba is off your shoulder, next minute you got to hurry up and put it on.
Yeah.
Then you take it off and then you put it on.
Your right arm gets a lot stronger. So.
I bet I'm not going to arm wrestle with you. I don't think. You probably.
But yeah, it can be exhausting, and I mean, sometimes we just kind of hold the horns down, pull them down instead of taking them completely off our shoulders. But that ends up hurting your back more, so it's kind of up there. But
Sure. Now, as a young lady, you're in a section that's basically male-dominated.
yes.
But it hasn't always been the case. There's been many other co-eds in the tuba section, right?
Yeah, last year actually there was 4 girls in the section. I think there was 20 of us last year, and there's 4 girls out of that. This year I'm the only girl because those 3 graduated. But it's not too bad. I mean, the guys are a lot of fun. I love the section. That's why I'm still there. So.
So you would encourage a prospective tuba student, male or female, to come on and join up?
Definitely. I would of course love more females there. It would help.
Of course.
It would help me a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. I love the atmosphere of our section. We have a lot of fun and we get along really well. So.
And you all have nicknames.
Yes, we all have nicknames. Everybody usually earns a nickname during band camp just because they do something funny or
Sure.
quirky.
And we have something called the tuba cadence. Can you explain that to those who might not be familiar with it?
Okay, tuba
happens?
cadence. When we're doing a march back, right after we play varsity, the whole band stops. Everybody stops and breaks ranks. I'm not sure exactly what the other sections do. I know some of them huddle up, some of them go lay on the ground. I don't know. But the tubas start playing a song that's called tuba cadence. Doesn't have an official name. But this song, we never write it down. We never sing it. And the only time that we ever practice it, we practice it once during band camp, and that's it. Other than that, we're not allowed to play it unless the whole section is playing it together, so that it can't be taken by like other schools and that. And so we circle up when the whole band breaks rank. We circle up, and our section leader will count us off, and we play this song. And I think the words are like, "Oh my gosh, my shoulder hurts. Oh, the pain," or something
Yeah.
along those lines.
You never have to sing it because you're always playing it.
Exactly. So none of the tubas actually know what the words are. But yeah, so it's about like our shoulders hurting because it's been a long
Yeah.
day. And then as soon as our song ends, we all line up really fast again, and then the drum line has this cadence, and we basically start running and kicking at the same time, and we just like take off as a whole band. So that's,
And you're running and kicking with that tuba on your shoulder.
Yes, we have to carry the tuba while we do that. It's very exhausting.
If I remember right, the end of the tuba cadence says something like, I'm not going to do this again,
Yeah.
but maybe one more time.
Yes, that's the end of
Right.
it. Maybe one more time, and so that's
Yeah.
why we all get back into line. So.
And one last thing I would add about the tubas, what I enjoy is on Hail Purdue, when the band is singing, now we have tuba solos playing in the background.
Yeah.
So it's really a chance for the tuba section to, I guess, sound out.
Yeah, it's our time. It's our time to shine because we're always
Sure.
like in the back of the band. We're always kind of forgotten a little bit. We never get our moment in the sun. So that's.
Well, it is difficult for me doing photos of the band to get the tubas because you're spread out from one goal line to the other goal line often.
Yeah, we need a lot of space because we're
You
so
do,
big.
yeah, especially in the stands.
Yeah.
Okay, good, Emily. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we wrap this up? Anything you would tell a prospective freshman why they should or join the band? Or
What I would tell a prospective student is at least come to band camp. I was really glad that I made the decision to come to band camp because I had a family immediately. When I first came to school, I had 300 plus friends, as opposed to the other freshmen who come here and are just searching for friends. So you kind of have that family as soon as you get here. I mean, don't worry about the time commitment because you're just going to fall in love with whatever section you're in.
And probably I would guess that you have more friends on campus than, say, another junior who's not in any activity, even if they're in a fraternity or sorority, because you have 300 and whatever friends.
I pretty much see somebody I know walking to and from class
All the time.
All the time.
And on a campus of, 30,000 people?
We're almost 40,000, I think.
40,000,
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you for doing this interview. Have a nice
problem.
day and a good rehearsal today.
Thank you.
All right, bye.